classrooms, waiting for the principal to open the school gate. At 8:15 a.m., the first bell rang for the kindergarten classes, giving a warning to the youngest children in the school. The kindergartners were let in 15 minutes before the regular school starts its day. At 8:30 a.m., the bell would ring for kindergarten to start and the main school to open. Some meandering students would shuffle in past the main office, believing they had ample time before school started at 8:45 a.m. Others rushed like wild animals to get into the school on time each morning. If they weren't running late, they had only 15 minutes from the time the gate opened to scurry to the classrooms and get settled before the bell sounded to start the school day. 10-year-old Linda Selvig walked to school each day. She got a late start this Monday and would just make the 8:30 a.m. bell after the 8-minute walk from her house on Lake Athabasca Place. She'd turn right onto Lake Atlin Avenue for 500 yards until she reached the school parking lot. Normally, her 9-year-old sister Monica would travel with her. The sisters had started the walk together, but Linda decided to stay back to meet friends. So Monica ventured by herself. Monica Selvig walked alone on the sidewalk with the avenue on her left. The school's south side is lined with ivy-covered fencing that blocks it from the road. She rounded the corner of the fence and on to the school's main walkway, just next to the parking lot. As she walked with her back to the road, she felt a sharp pain in her left side as a bullet struck her. She was thrown to the ground after the shock of the impact. Monica had only made it about 10 feet up the school walkway and was still more than 30 feet from the safety of the main office building. The sound of gunfire was not immediately recognized as anything other than a backfiring car, if it was heard at all. Just moments later, a bullet struck 8-year-old Mary Clark in the left side of her stomach as she walked up the school path with her first-grade sister Amelia. The girls had just been dropped off by a parent from their home on Lake Albano Avenue. The bullet went straight through her and bloodied her white top as she fell to the ground. Mary, described as incredibly shy, did not want to cause a fuss. She rose to her feet, made her way into the school, and was eventually herded to safety with a group of other students. At the same time, but from the opposite direction, Greg Verner, aged 8, had just wandered across the car park and was about to step onto the east walkway and up the short concrete stairs to his classroom building. The parking lot was directly in front of the school and the only access to the main entrance. From here, students could either go up the stairs to the classroom building or head into the covered walkway that takes you all the way to the back playground. He was struck through his green Toughskins brand jeans into his right upper back side. The bullet hit his pelvic bone, sending him to the ground on the driveway. The children were far too young to know what was happening and were probably preoccupied with getting to class on time. Many parents were safely in their cars and making their short trip back home without hearing anything out of the ordinary. Some children began to run for cover, while others stood still watching and waiting for instruction. It was unclear where the danger was coming from, as the small popping sound of gunfire was not immediately recognizable. The ricocheting bullets echoed through the covered walkway that ran through the middle of the open-air school. These shots could not be heard by the congregation still in the car park at the front of the school. Crystal Hardy, dressed in baggy green shorts, boots, and a cream-patterned cardigan, was 10 years old. She was with her younger brother, being dropped off by her mother in front of the school. She saw some friends she wanted to chat with and walked up the main walkway. "I heard shots, but I thought boys near me just had firecrackers or something," she thought. As she looked around curiously, Crystal was struck through her right wrist. The bullet only just missed the bone and all vital tendons, and exited as she walked. She fell to her knees and began to cry, blood pouring from her arm. She got up and made her way to the nurse's office and was given paper towels to stem the bleeding. Crystal's brother Matthew, 5, witnessed the shooting and began to panic because he was unable to understand what had happened, and his mother had already driven away. He was not shot. Moments later, the youngest victim, 7-year-old Audrey Stites, snatched at her right arm as she walked up the driveway with her older sister Madeline. They both stopped and saw Monica and then Greg on the ground. Audrey was struck from behind through her bright, puffy green ski jacket and into her right elbow. They stood in shock for a moment before noticing other students running for cover and hearing screams all around. Madeline avoided injury when bullets passed